Before this video starts, this video was recorded before we final blow Malkuth. So if you're gonna say, but Kay is already half human, or I thought you don't want to call the engineers Dekagakis anymore. Yeah, that's the reason. And because I was already too deep into making this video, I decided to just finish it instead of canceling the video. After months of waiting, Kay is finally playable in Global. To those who missed my stream, yeah, got both Alice and Kay. But man, the pulling session was one hell of a roller coaster. Pain. The joys of pain. The joys of pain.
ゲヘナ学園自警団任務の延長ですね。小さいからってなめない。
Okay, let's see. Huh?
ヤッホー。どこ削ってほしい？
Bruh.
それとも
You know what? Let's just chat. I'm going to accept my fate. I'm going to accept my fate. There. There. I'm just going to accept my fate, and then there's the Minro. Oh yes, oh yes, yes. We're accepting our fate right now. We're accepting our fate right now. We're going full speed. We're going full speed. Rate of 6%. We're accepting our fate! We're accepting our fate! Accept our fate and die like a man! Yes! We're sparking! We're sparking! Let's go! No!
レッドウィンター。いや、仙外峡へようこそ。ヒゲの威厳に恥じぬよう、誠心誠意お力添えいたしますね。
As much as I want to make this video a waifu showcase about Kay, there is one specific topic that I want to discuss about. I'll make a dedicated waifu showcase about Kay later along the line. So a few weeks ago, an absolute madland named Alwyn, I probably butchered that name, uploaded a video. And it is by far the most important lore drop in all of Blue Archive's history. The in-game Pantsu color of each student, both playable and non-playable, and some NPCs. And with that video came this. To give you an interesting fun fact, Alice's Pantsu is this. And there's a reason for this. Back in Volume 2, Momoy and Midori found Alice in the ruins of Millennium, who was in her birthday suit. And Midori conveniently having an extra pair of clothes. Anyways, now, going back to Kay, I saw this and made me ask a few questions. At first, I asked the question, why is her pantsu like this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't hate it, but I don't think Kay necessarily likes things like this. I mean, maybe it was given to her by Midori, I guess? Because I'm more than certain schools giving you their uniforms does not necessarily include a set of pantsu along with it, right? But then, another question clicked into my brain. Once again, like a revelation. Does Kay really need to wear pantsu? And by extension, does Alice also need to wear pantsu? I mean, the Dekagakis, Malkuth, they're all machines, right? So, they don't need to wear pantsu. But so is Alice and Kay. And with that question, I decided to grab my last remaining 2 brain cells and testicles to find the answer. Does androids need to wear pantsu? And now, to answer that question, we need to ask ourselves first, why do humans need to wear underwear in the first place? As for boys, well, I'll tell you the reason. The first reason is to prevent my bina from getting grated like a cheese when I walk because of the zipper on my pants. Talking from experience, by the way. The second reason is, if you get hard on public, it makes the erection much less obvious because the boxers or briefs takes the full brunt of it. And all you have to do is bend your hips a little bit backwards to make the erection much less obvious. As for a girl though, well, I can't really say because obviously I'm not a girl. However, with my research, I managed to find 2 categories of reasons why humans do need to wear underwear. And for the purposes of this video, I'll be focusing on girls because we are focusing on K after all. The first category is physical reasons, meaning the student herself physically. As for the first reason in the physical category is hygiene. When our students go around their day-to-day activities, be it studying or physical education, sweating tends to happen be it through physical exertion or the body just regulating its temperature. And sweat is the primary reason why our students stink. Because of the bacteria naturally living on their skin mixes with the sweat they produce, causing the stink. You can ask Yui for confirmation on that one. For the second reason in the physical category is comfort. You see, when you walk around, your body tends to rub around itself. And if you don't wear any underwear, some of your body, especially the groin part, gets irritated due to the friction. And this is where the underwear comes in. It prevents that friction from happening. Speaking of comfort for our students, the bra. To us men, it is the sight of heaven. To a girl though, it is much more important than what us the boys give them credit for. You see, what us the boys take for granted on girls is that big oppies has weight. Be it medium is premium or oppai so huge that it can choke 3 grown men, carrying those monsters all day will give any girl back pain. And this is where the bras comes in. Not only does it prevent clothes from causing friction on the oppai, thereby causing irritation, it also helps cradle the weight and help alleviate back pains for our students, especially the ones that has straps to them. Granted, those that have absolute monsters will still have back pains either way. It is better to wear clothing that gives you 20% less back pain than taking the entire 100% of the debuff while looking at those that are flat and wishing having chopping boards like hers. And now that we got the physical category out of the way, now we go to the second category, which is non-physical. I know, very clever naming there. But anyways, anything that does not require something that you can touch goes here. And for the first reason in this category is societal norms. Your dad, your mom, your uncle, your aunt, hell, even the neighbors will tell you to never step out of your home without wearing underwear. One of the reasons is that despite being clothes, a certain bulge can still be seen. For us men, of course, it's the bina. As for our students, it's the mountain tips, you know. However, since we in Kivotos though, if the citizens there would to see the mountain tips of our students, they probably just call the student indecent because most of them are not really humans. Of course, this is completely different in real life. But well, hey, we in Kivotos. Kivotos has its own laws. And for the final reason why a person needs to wear underwear, buckle up, my fellow senseis, because this is gonna get religious. In the Bible, Adam and Eve were created perfect by God. And because of this, they roamed the Garden of Eden literally naked. But they didn't see this as anything to be ashamed of because they were, well, perfect beings and they were covered by the light of God. The light of God, God's glory, God's perfection, interpretation varies. But similar conclusion, Adam and Eve did not see being naked as being shameful. But when Satan, disguised as a serpent, tempted Eve, and Eve tempting Adam, now they were no longer perfect beings, as now they were tainted by sin. And now they were no longer covered in God's light. And they saw themselves as naked, and they were ashamed in front of God's perfection. And thereby giving us the reason why we all need to be clothed in the first place. Trust me, that religion part will come back to us later. But now, we return to K and ask the first category of questions. First, hygiene. I don't think K sweats. I mean, Alice eats, but I don't think either of them sweats. So, that's a no. Second, comfort. Well, Kay literally spent hours on no Pantsu on the steel continent before she was given her uniform by Alice. And even then, she tucked it away and continued being in commando. Mind you, from morning all the way to sundown, because I would like to cherish and preserve it for as long as possible. Nah, you just want to be on no pants, okay? So yeah, I think she's comfortable enough not wearing pantsu even in combat. On the second category, social norm. I mean, similar to the previous point, she was on commando the entire time during the attack on the Steel Continent. And, I mean, nobody told her to wear pantsu, I guess. So, yeah, that's still a no. And now, we head to the religious part. Remember this dialogue by Soph? We are faultless, as we were created faultless. Therefore, anything we do is without fault. If you think about it, right? Ein, Soph, and Or, and Malkuth were not created, were not created by God. They were created by Decagrammaton. And so, if Adam and Eve has sinned and therefore their offsprings are also sinful, Decagrammaton created the Decagakis and Malkuth. So, Decagrammaton is their god, which means the Decagakis and Malkuth are sinless. So, in a way, Ein, Soph, Or, and Malkuth, they don't see anything wrong with them not wearing any pantsu. And if you're gonna ask me, if they are sinless, they should not be wearing anything at all. Which is, I'm going to bet that the devs thought of this too. And their sprites right now is basically the biggest compromises they can think of, because if they are completely naked, I don't think those people that don't play Blue Archive is gonna take that lightly. But going back, yes, they were made by Decagrammaton as perfect beings. So, they do not see being in commando as being a sin. Because to them, it isn't, because they are perfect beings. And now, with that said, Kay's body was also made in the Steel Continent. So, you can also say that Kay's body is also perfect and is sinless. So in a way, she is allowed to not wear pantsu, or by extension, any clothes at all. As for Alice though, I mean, same logic, I guess, but for the nameless gods. However, we still don't know if the nameless gods' priests, or I don't know, Divisayon, are even human or not. Because remember, the priests, they don't have halos. So yeah, these guys are definitely not students. So yeah, does Alice need to wear pantsu? Maybe not. So Kay was made sinless and perfect. So she has no reason to wear any pantsu, and by extension, any clothes at all. However, she is enrolled in Millennium though, and she has to wear her uniform because, you know, dress codes and all of that. So yeah, she has to wear her uniform. But for Pantsu though, I'd say that's a different story in of itself. So what do you think, my fellow Blue Archive senseis? Should Kay wear Pantsu? Or because she is sinless and perfect, not wear any Pantsu? As for me though, I would prefer her to wear Pantsu. I don't care if she got no womb, a Pantsu shot is always a sight to behold to any man.